Dr. Shear. This is my final video presentation for my passion project about the electric guitar. Um, I'll answer your questions now, I guess. Was it a success? I think it was. I really enjoyed the project a lot. I really thought that it was really cool that we had to pick our own topic about something we're incredibly passionate and eager to talk about. And obviously I was about the guitar. It wasn't hard for me to come up with blog posts at all. I never struggled with that because I can just ramble on about that forever, really. So I think that made it a lot easier. Um, and I think in my opinion, yeah, it was a big success for me. Um, Social media sharing went really well. I didn't have a Twitter at the beginning, so which is ridiculous. I should have, but I made one for the class, and obviously started with 0 followers, and now have I think around 60 or 70. Um, and so I wasn't getting a lot of favorites and likes across any social media at the very beginning because most millennials don't want to read blog posts, unfortunately. But towards the end, I was averaging like 5 to 6 to 7 on Facebook and around 2 or 3 on Twitter. But the cool thing about Twitter was that I was getting retweeted towards the very end by a couple different people. One was a music blogger. One was a guitar magazine, like an online guitar magazine, and I was added to a couple Twitter lists as well for musicians and music bloggers and guitarists, which is pretty cool. So I was starting to really gain some traction, which is, like I said in the reflection paper, I think is all just about posting. I think if I'd had more time and done the full amount of coursework in terms of weeks with the regular class, I could have really gotten somewhere in terms of a followership. Um, in the reflection paper, it said I had 384 subscribers to the blog, but that changed. I put out a final post across all my social media advertising my blog again, and I just checked it just now, and it's about 10:10 at night on Friday. I'm up to 399, so that might, hopefully, I think that will go up a little bit more. But so my metric that I wanted to set was, my goal was 600, which is pretty lofty, but I'm going to give it a shot. And I got 4. So I think that was pretty good. And then personally, I think the fact that it was retweeted by a couple, along with magazines like Guitar World and Premier Guitar, my blog, I think that was really cool because that meant that the content was good enough to put along with professional publications, I believe, hopefully. All the information was correct, I assume. I wrote it. I'm pretty confident in it. But so yeah. Anyway, I think the project was a success. I really enjoyed it. I love working with WordPress. I had one. I like how you kind of challenged me at the beginning to spruce up the website a bit. I took that to heart and I spent a lot of time doing that. I think it's a pretty kick-ass website that I'm going to keep updated throughout, my professional career. What did I learned a lot throughout this class. WordPress, like I said, I really had to sit down with that a lot to figure out all the odds and ends and add like if you look at the bottom of my webpage, I have links to all my social media. I have a blog hit counter, and then just the formatting and everything like that. That took a long time to kind of work out. It's not as intuitive as I would like, but I did get it. So I think I learned how to manage WordPress better, which is great to know a content management system for a job. I learned all the certifications I got. That's probably the biggest part of the class that I did not enjoy taking the test, but I'm glad that I'm certified in them because that's a huge resume booster. I know that the people just do not get hired because they don't have those certifications, and especially because we're getting them for the student price. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So I learned a lot about that. And then blogging in general and how to do, Twitter. I also learned Twitter, I guess, entirely. But blogging in general and using hashtags and the DAO of Twitter really taught a lot. Or I learned a lot from that, excuse me. I think there's really interesting points in there, and I'm going to keep that book and use it. What would I have done differently? I would have taken the Google AdWords exam earlier because right now it's, like I said, it's Friday, 10:15. I got a 78 out of 100 on this last exam, so I'm going to take it on Sunday when it's due. If I don't pass, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm going to take it for a third time, the final one. Yeah, I really, really hope I pass it. And I will, I know. But I did the Hootsuite for the extra credit. But that's what I've done differently. I would have taken out the first day of class, for sure. So I could have as many chances as possible. Because those tests are not easy. I hate those tests, but I think I've got AdWords down. I've taken it 3 times. What letter grade would you give yourself on the passion project and why? Honestly, I'd give myself an A. I thought the blogs that I posted were really good. I thought they were, and to be quite frank, some of the better ones in terms of content. I thought my pictures were really, really good. I spent a lot of time on the formatting. I think my comments on other posts were encouraging, but at the same time helpful. And I try to suggest, without teaching, or stepping into your place, saying, "Hey, maybe you should try this instead." Like the Grammarly software. Well, to backtrack, Grammarly. I'm gonna use the hell out of Grammarly. It is amazing. I'm never gonna post anything or write anything without this software ever. It's so cool. But yeah, so I think that I think I did really well in the passion project. I truly enjoyed it a lot, and I'm considering what you said and maybe continuing to post more about the electric guitar and keeping this up, kind of just as a resume type thing. And I don't know if I want this as a career, but saying, I can run a blog for you and I can work your social media and run a social media campaign to promote your website and your content. I think that's a pretty marketable skill, and I now have the certifications to do that. I think I'm good at it. So I mean, that could be a job. Straight out of college, get a small studio apartment. Who knows? But yeah, Ed, thank you so much for the class. I really, truly, honestly, is one of my favorite classes. Unfortunately, I wish I'd honestly saved it for this coming semester so we could have done it in person. But yeah, it was a really good time. So thank you for all the feedback and everything like that. Really appreciate it. It was a good time. Take care, Dr. Shear.